So now I want to go ahead and get my text. So it's a text tool, and I want to have Helvetica, bold, size 90 point, and the color will be blue. So there's a nice blue color. On the stage, on frame 1, we are frame 1. I'm going to select an insertion point, and I'm going to type the word zoom. And I'm going to caps lock. Use the caps, I think. Z-O-O-M. Get the selection arrow, and now I'm going to Command B to break it apart, Command B to break it apart again, and then F8 to make it a symbol, and this is the symbol zoom, Z-O-O-M, and take the free transform tool and let's move the transformation point down to the bottom. Okay, and now I want to make sure that I have enough room to have it move, but I want it to be in the center, so I'm going to align it with the stage to the vertical center. And I'm going to move it over just a little bit by nudging it with my arrow key on the keyboard. Okay. Now on frame 24, I'm going to click down here on the timeline and press F5 to create a range of frames. On frame 12, I'm going to F6 to copy the keyframe. And now, okay, I'm going to move the word zoom on this frame using my shift arrow keys to nudge it to about the center of the stage, the place that's indicated by my production sketch. Now I'm going to click on frame 24, and then once again I'm going to press F6 to copy that keyframe. And I'm going to shift and move it to the place indicated by my production sketch. Okay. Now turn on onion skinning and set it to show all. Let's go back to frame 1. Okay, mark arrange all. Let's go to frame 12 and skew the top of the word zoom about 45 degrees forward, very far. 30 to 45 degrees to show energy of movement. Go back to frame 2 and press F6. Now skew it with the head backwards. Okay, that's indicating that it's beginning to gather strength. Okay, so go to frame 6, press F6, and now you want to move it forward and begin to skew it forward so it's beginning to move and it's picking up speed. So that's about a third of the way between the first position and the middle position. Now let's go to frame 18. F6 at frame 18. And place the word about 2/3 of the way between the middle and the end position. And begin to have it lean forward less. Now go to frame 22, F6, and let's go down here to mark arrange all again so we can see everything. And skew it to lean backward. backwards, so it's trying to skid to a stop now. Move it a little bit further, I think. Okay. Now turn off the onion skinning. Return to the first frame and press return to see how it looks. So it's kind of rough looking, but it has a certain amount of appeal. Now we want to select the entire range. So click on the first and then shift click on the last frame. Right click and choose Create Classic Tween. Classic Tweens look purple when you look down at the timeline, and they take information from the keyframes that you place in there first. So you place keyframes before you tween it. You can add keyframes after you've tweened with a Classic Tween, but it's different than a motion tween. A motion tween, you don't add the motion till after. You don't put in the positions till after you have tweened it. But with a Classic Tween, you place the positions first and then you tween it. And because you do it that way, you can make your own kind of easing. So if we play this, you'll see, let's go to, make sure we get it. Let's loop our playback and then press return. And you can see there's sort of your own easing in there. So that's classic tweening and adding your own easing and anticipation. Command save that, Command return, and there is your SWF. There you go.